welcome back to Watching Business Morning here on Channels Television. We do know that data is the new crude of today. I know crude is losing some money at this time. I hope data is not. But let's talk about having an efficient data center, and that's what Rack Center say that's the intent to do. We have the Chief Executive Officer right here, Lars Johannesson. Hi, Lars. Good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning, Ini, and thanks for having me.
Great. So, well, they say data is the next crude for the world, and everybody has to, think of how to get the data, preserve the data, protect the data. What's Rack Center doing about data?
Well, the Rack Center in these turbulent days, we are doing exactly what we've done the last 12 years, actually. We are protecting that crude, or what we call the new gold. So in our hands, we're making sure that all data that's being generated, created, and used by clients and businesses are being stored and kept in a very, very resilient environment. So that kind of business-to-consumer conversation or the business-to-business conversation can continue in a good way, in a reliable way.
So you say you've been in existence for 12 years now. What have you been doing? How have you been staying sustained for 12 years, more than a decade?
It's a fantastic journey. Rack Center is very much a 100% owned Nigerian company. It was based upon very much an entrepreneurial insight into see that what was happening, okay? So for the last 12 years, we kind of gained a lot of insights of how the data sector will grow and how data will become the new crude, as you said. And since 2013, we have gradually been building up a very solid ecosystem with carriers, ISPs, and clients in the Nigerian market. And what we're doing right now, around the corner, tomorrow actually, we are launching the next phase of our business trajectory. And that means that we're multiplying 8 times our existing capacity. And that means that we're taking care of the new demand that is building up in Nigeria and all around the world, I would say. So I think our last 12 years has been a continuous path of success and resilience, thanks to the team on the ground.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm just curious. You serve businesses, you serve individuals, and I do know, I mean, just following the trend of things around the world, the hunger for data has changed. In this 12 years, I'm sure you cannot compare, what you have now. Could you take us through the trend and how you are able to customize, and meet up with these needs from individuals, from businesses, and all your clients?
Yeah, it's a good question, Ini. I think to clarify, we are very much a business-to-business environment. Business consumers taken care of by our clients, so to say. But when I look at the growth that we have seen so far, I think the whole data center has maybe also been a bit badly explained sometimes. In the beginning, it was very much anyone that could host a server, certain data capacity can do that in any location. And that was maybe about 15 years back. Now we have evolved these models. It becomes extremely professional, technical, savvy environments that a data center is all about. So when we see the growth happening at the same time, you can also see how we engage as consumer with the data and technology. It has changed radically for the last 15 years. Today, there's not one single thing we can do without engaging in a digital way, so to say. And what that means that when we add 100 million people like we are doing here in Nigeria that start to use and consume data, the explosion of data is just happening all over the place. So what we see now is that we are multiplying with 8 our existing capacity just to cater for the initial demand that's happening in the market. But better for Nigeria is the fact that it's not only Rack Center that builds this increased capacity. Our peers' ecosystem is also building up for it. And that's a good thing. You need to maybe go back a couple of years and also reflect on the fact that the PC uptake was considered to be very fast when we started using a laptop and everything. And then we start to talk about the internet evolution, how fast that was picking up. The next phase that will dictate what we're going to do and the whole sector going to do is AI. AI will drive the way you and I interact with technology. It will actually just put a turbo effect on the whole digitalization. And we are ready for that build out as well.
So you say you do mostly business to business. So businesses contract you to get data for them. How does it really work?
Yeah, you can have any large retail bank in Nigeria, all of them represented at Rack Center today. You can have the carrier, the big ISPs. What we actually provide, a data center in Rack Center in this case, is we provide a meeting point. this is a meeting point where these companies can, sometimes for business reasons, sometimes for regulatory reasons, they can locate that data in a very safe environment. And once they place that data in their infrastructure in our environment, we can connect these different pieces together, and we create a very fast ecosystem that makes sure that our communication as consumers goes immediately, it never goes down, we have a certain resilience in system. That is what we provide to them.
So all this LGS2, how do you differentiate yourself in terms of technology, security, efficiency, especially security? You know, that's a sensitive one.
That's everything we do.
Yeah.
But we have been very innovative. We had a Legos 1 that now becomes Legos 2. It's a bit of an expansion here. But Legos 2 is a brand new data center. It's a 6,000 square meter facility, which is actually so innovative. So I would claim that what we have in Legos 2 is probably the best you can find in this continent. We are bringing Nigeria to the right place. We are putting it right in the spot of having the best infrastructure in place. And come back to security and resilience, that's everything we stand for. But to provide security and resilience is not really enough for a leading data center's rack center. It is also about providing sustainability, okay? Making sure that the power that we actually do demand to keep this business running the whole time is efficiently managed the whole time. This is a scarce resource, and I'm very humble about that one. And in the leadership position we are in, we need to make sure that sustainability is on the front end in everything we do. And so far, we have managed to do that.
And you promise you're going to ensure that Nigeria is at the fore, beginning with West Africa and then the continent. You won't hop off to South Africa.
We will not hop off to South Africa. We're a proud Nigerian company. We'll maintain Nigeria in the right position the whole time.
So given the scale of investment of Lagos 2, which you just talked about, how do you manage and balance the issues around cost optimization? Because you talk about infrastructure.
Yeah.
We do know we have a huge infrastructural gap. So trying as a private sector to fill that gap brings in a whole lot of cost. So how do you manage that and efficiency and still being consumer friendly?
The best we can. The best we can. It's a constant balancing between, you know, making sure that this very, very, very expensive equipment we bring into the market is also balanced to what our customers can pay for it. And this is delicate balance, particularly when we have had a bit of a seasonality, can I say that, when in terms of depreciation of the night and other volatilities. That's complex. But it's one thing that I think makes us stand out and manage this balance between cost and delivery the whole time, is that as long as you deliver, not only what the client wants, but beyond what they want, you can do that balance, because this is a long-term business. It's a very critical business that we cater for in terms of our client's business. So I think cost, delivery, and do it beyond what the client expects, that makes this balance work out. But it's tough.
But you're also looking at cloud adoption. How's that going? How's response to that?
Well, the cloud adoption is part of the whole sector. Everything that happens in Nigeria and the rest of the world today is that all companies is adhering to the cloud adoption. And when we talk about cloud, it becomes many times very kind of, you know, cloudy. But at the end of the day, the cloud is located in a very physical place. And the majority of clients that had a cloud, they actually locate that physical presence at rack center and our competitors.
So you have the plan of putting Nigeria at the center of West Africa when it comes to this. You also have balancing that with making rack the go-to company when it comes to data. How does this fit into your long-term vision, and what can we expect to see from rack?
Well, Rack Center has been here since 2013. We have been the leader, and we are the leader in that area. And our ambition and idea is to stay in that position. To stay in the leadership position, you need to innovate the whole time. To do what we do today is just not enough. It will never bring us to where we want to go. So what you will see more of from Rack Center is that, number one, you will see a fantastic inauguration tomorrow of the biggest data center in Western Africa, Nigeria. Outstanding. Then you will see continued messages of...
That would be in Lagos?
That will be in Lagos, around the corner. Around the corner. You're most welcome to visit us. But you will also see the continuous growth, not only on other probably expansions further on, but you will see a lot of focus on what I call sustainable digitalization. That's making sure that the energy that we consume in our data center is managed in the most efficient way. And if we can, and when we can, we will now introduce solar into the energy mix as well. And that means that we're also adding another layer of delivery excellence to our clients.
Sounds very interesting, especially the sustainability part, because the world is preaching sustainability now with climate change and the impact around the world. And I guess we can expect, as you said, perhaps we'll see solar and other, because electricity is a major one in Nigeria.
It is. And we have been very innovative in that area since we started. We were very early out taking on and adopting gas turbines, which has a very, very better footprint than maybe the diesel gensets and all that stuff. But the next step for us now is that we're going to inaugurate with the solar panels on top of our building, and we'll expand that well. So we have a nice balance between the resilience, sustainability, and what our client expects all the time. So you'll definitely see more of it, because that's where the whole industry is going. You cannot drive digitalization and not having a sustainability brand on top of it. You cannot.
Yeah, I think that's kind of obvious. Thank you so much, Chief Executive Officer of RAC Center, Mr. Lars Johannesson, for your time. Wish you the best as you try to take over the world.
We will do that. Starting from Nigeria. Most welcome to visit us.
Thank you. All right.